Hey, Monique. But it is, I didn't realize how much shielding that I was doing to like keep myself from being, I talk to y'all all the time about keeping your guard and keeping your shield up, you know, doing your mirror reflection so that when energy is coming towards you, it can be thwarted and sent back the other way. You know what I'm saying? So I was spending a lot of time keeping what other people was going through, keeping it from getting in. Understand that American Airlines alone, okay, canceled over 50 flights on my day. All right. That's not including the other airlines that was canceled. And that's not including the amount of people. One plane, shit, holds, let me think. If I think about the rows on a thing, it's at least 45 rows. And it's at least 40. I mean, when I said 45 rows this way, and it's 3 on this side and 3 on this side. So however y'all want to add that up to be, you know, it's a lot of people per flight. So
about 120.
So if you calculate 120 people per flight times just 50 flights, let's just keep it at basic 50. It's more than that, but let's say 50. If it's that much 50, just imagine what that energy was, right? So I spent a lot of time just not really trying to over calculate or over process. I was really extremely tired after all of the reschedules and reschedules or whatever. But I spent a lot of time trying making sure that I wouldn't let other people's feelings of what we were all dealing with kind of leak in. And that took a lot because it wasn't just the airline part of it. It was the airline part of it. Then it was the rebooking part of it. And then it was the luggage part of it. It was like every step I went, it was like hours worth of like pressure, okay? When I mean hours worth, the rebooking line was 2 hours long. The call line for anybody to get in to try to rebook a flight or see if there was flights possible to rebook was 3 hours, okay? And if you can go and look on my Facebook page that I posted the whole thing about it and start to look at some of the comments, because a lot of people who was affected on Friday and Saturday are now starting to also comment. So one guy, I was talking to him today, he screenshot, he's still on the phone. I said, hang that phone up, hang that phone up, and then go and try some other routes, because this is what I mean about the drain. So I'm still in recovery of that, as at the same time I'm processing what this all means for me being here, because coming back was such almost like a shock to me, coming from spending 10 days where I'm literally treated like gold. You know what I'm saying? I mean, treated like gold every step I made. It was like, hey, or, it was all this energy, you know what I'm saying, of people just giving into me. So I was receiving so much in Mexico to come back, and the first stop I make, I'm being zapped or trying to be zapped, you know? So still recovering from that, but I wanted to make sure that we got our class in today because, you know, we in this Aries season. There's a lot going on this Aries season. I mean, I don't know if y'all been feeling it's been a little bit like that, okay? So it's been a little funky. She been a little, you know what I'm saying, annoying ass, little badass little child this year. Not taking no for an answer, but it's because we have to keep in mind that right now Chiron is in Aries, okay? Chiron been in Aries for a minute. It's wrenching that shit out in Chiron, okay? And Chiron is the wounded healer. So a lot of the Aries energy that we're feeling collectively is wounds, okay? So that energy is what's most prominent this season or this year of this season, which is normally during this time of the year, you know, we are feeling energetic, which we still should be feeling energetic. You should be feeling motivated and all those things. But on top of that, your wounds are still screaming at you, okay? What it is that we need to heal is still screaming at us, all right? So, but today what I want to focus on talking about the most is I want to talk about Aries, I want to talk about Mars, and I really want to talk about sexual compatibility, okay? Meaning when we look at sexual compatibility, you know what I'm saying, and we look at the different signs associated with it, you know, what does all of this mean for us, right? During this time period right now, Aries is one of the aspects because Mars rule Aries. The sexual energy of us right now is also a thing, okay? Like I'm feeling horny as fuck every day. That don't mean I'm gonna fuck nobody, but I still horny as fuck, right? So we want to see what we can really do with the sexual energy besides just having sex. But of course, I want y'all to have sex, but I want y'all to have sex that's meaningful. I want you to have sex that's connected and connective. So the more we talk about the energy today, that's what I want us to work on for these last 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks of Aries season as we start to approach Taurus energy. Okay. So let me share my screen. All right. Aries, Mars, and sexual compatibility. Starting off with Aries, right? So we know what I love about Aries is that it's my sign. That's the most important thing that I love about it. You know what I'm saying? That it's me. But I also love that Aries is the initiator. Okay, meaning don't none of this shit get started. You know what I'm saying? If Aries is not kicking it off. So all of the kicks and screams and all of the things that you are feeling, I want you to look at this spoiled energy. We call it spoiled energy because it's the baby. All right. Don't get offense to you being spoiled because you're supposed to be. All right. There are time periods throughout the year in which you are supposed to be leaning on certain emotions and being spoiled or feeling like you should be spoiled or feeling like you should be spoiling yourself is an energy you should be feeling. Okay, so being that that's the energy of the Aries perspective of it, what it's really doing is it don't want to stay still. It's tired. Why what I mean don't want to stay still? We just came from the Pisces season, which is all about being still and being in the bed and you know what I'm saying and getting a lot of sleep and you know just being more in a relaxed state. Well, the baby ain't in no relaxed state. The baby ready to kick some stuff off. So a lot of the irritations that you're feeling, the energy that you're dealing with as it relates to your impatience is because it's time for you to make some real hardcore moves. So whatever you have been battling yourself with these, you know, during these last week, 2 weeks or whatever, since the 23rd, specifically since the 23rd, then you know that's the thing that you need to really be hammering on as it relates to your own Aries energy. Now, when we talk about Aries, we're talking about the realm. We're talking about Mars, of course. We're talking about the first house. So these are all the things that you're going to pay attention to as it relates to your chart. Did y'all bring your charts to class today? Yes? No? Maybe so? Okay, great. All right, good. So when we are talking today, I want you to be looking for these particular things. I want you to be looking for what's your Mars sign, okay? I also want you to be looking at what you have in the first house. I also want you to be looking at all the areas you have Aries, okay? And then I want you to be looking at all the areas where you have your Mars energy, meaning that whatever your Mars sign is, I want you to find where your Mars sign is in your house. So for example, my Mars sign is in Pisces, and I have Pisces in the 8th house. So what that means is that I have Mars in the 8th. Okay, so I want you guys to be looking at those things. Make sure you go ahead and as you find them, go ahead and put them in the chat. So whenever we get to the end and we start to talk about compatibility, I can go and look at those things and I can look at what you guys put in the chat, and so we can kind of go from that basis as well. Okay. Aries is also a fire element that we know. We know this, okay? The mode is cardinal. The keyword is assert, or keyword is I am, or it is I initiate, okay? I move. All these words are associated with Aries because it's energetic, it's forceful, it's outgoing, okay? It's the blunt of springtime. And springtime does what? Kick off the new year, okay? So even though we have been lied to and told that January 1st is actually the beginning of the new year, that's not true, okay? The spring equinox has always been the celebration of the new year, okay? That's how we know it's the new year. Another way you know the new year is here is that, do y'all have that red pollen sheet on y'all car? Have y'all experienced that yet? If it ain't, it's coming, okay? When I mean the yellow pollen sheet, that's the stuff that's coming from the flowers, meaning the flowers are bloomed, okay? I call it tree nut, okay? So the trees release semen, okay? The flowers release semen. All of this is indication of spring, okay? The birds chirping. Y'all see squirrels running everywhere, or bees, okay? Bees are a key indicator that spring is here. Now, even though we've been battling with our bees going into this extinction, okay? We still got some out here. We still got some honeybees and stuff out. So if you're starting to see bees, all of these are indications of spring, as well as, you know, we just had Easter this weekend, right? When did Easter just past weekend? Sunday, yesterday? I think it was easy. Y'all not.
Easter is not until April the 17th. It's late this year. It's late this year, yes.
What you mean it's late? Ain't no such thing.
It's not usually that late. It's not usually the 17th of April. It's usually a little bit further up, but it is.
Hold on,
It's always after the full moon, of course.
Cause I don't know if I believe y'all. Let me see. Y'all could be lying. Let me see. Holidays. Oh, wow. Y'all are telling the truth. And it's right here in my fucking planner. It says it right there. Look at that. Easter Day. Easter Sunday. Sunday, April 17th. Ain't that some shit? Okay. What is going to be next year? It's going back to his regular scheduled time next year. Next year is going to be April 9th. Which is why I thought it was yesterday. Okay. And I saw some people taking suits, taking some pictures in some blue suits, some little pastel suits, all, them Easter colors, them Easter egg colors. So that's what made me think it was, Easter Sunday yesterday. But Easter is also a part of spring. All of this is energy that's letting us know it's time for fertility, it's time for connection, it's time to relate. So even if you've been in this hermit mode and not feeling sexual, want to have sex or want to initiate your projects or finish your projects, all of that is energy that you're supposed to be feeling right now. If you are not feeling that, you are in a level of depression and we need to talk, okay? We seriously need to talk because this is something that we can't turn off. This initiation energy of Aries is not something that is a turn-offable thing, okay? So let's talk about that more as we move through where your Aries energy is and how to kind of master that, but know that this is that time. It's that time to we talked about the fine tuning of things, right? For the beginning of the year, I was like, hey, y'all, this whole Jupiter and Pisces is about finishing up the details, getting the details done. Why? So by the time that March comes in, the Aries season comes in, it's going to be time to run the plans, okay? So it's time to run the goddamn plans now. So hopefully y'all got the plans because when we get to the end of the class, I'm going to ask y'all what the plans are. So you got a little bit of time right now to be thinking about what you're going to say because you're going to say something, okay? Because we got to run the plans, okay? So that's this whole energy is about today. Now we start to get into Mars. Mars has everything to do with the push behind Aries. So the reason why Aries is so impatient and so pushy is because of the planet that rules it. And that's Mars. Mars is the initiation of all this stuff, okay? Mars is also war, okay? So, we're still in this so-called war shit or whatever they want to call it. All of this is a part of that energy, okay? So we're talking about Mars. We're talking about Tuesday. So I want you guys to use tomorrow as a Mars initiation day, okay? So I want y'all to wear some red. I want y'all to be working on, actually doing some things with finishing up some stuff. Aries sometimes on its dark sides, or Aries when it is depressed, has a hard time finishing things, okay? Meaning it has a lot of different things on the table, but nothing is completed, all right? So I want y'all to use tomorrow as one of those days to complete something that you've been working on for a while, all right? So for me, I'm still in the last stages of these tarot cards. It was supposed to be done by my birthday, but was not done by my birthday. So I'm using tomorrow's energy to do some finishing up, okay? So y'all think about what it is that you need to finish up on to allow it to be able to flourish. We're going to use Tuesday. So we're going to use tomorrow on Tuesday, and we're going to use the Tuesday after. Okay, so that's the... Let's see. All right, so we're going to... So tomorrow's the 8th. No, it's not. All right. Tomorrow's the 5th, all right? And then Tuesday after that is the 12th. And then Tuesday after that is the 19th, which will be the day that the sun enters Taurus, okay? So for the next 2 Tuesdays, tomorrow and, the next 3. Let's do 5th, 12th, and 19th, right? Let's use those as major Mars days, all right? Major Mars days meaning let's complete, let's initiate, meaning like if you got some new products you've been wanting to put out, use one of these Tuesdays, these next 3 Tuesdays. If you need to complete something, use these Tuesdays, okay? You need to activate courage or strength on maybe going for a business partner, going for some type of business deal, or maybe you want to reach out to somebody to partner on something, use one of these 3 Tuesdays, okay? Why? Because it's Aries. Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars is Tuesday. So that means we are maximizing the Aries energy down, pinpointing down to the actual day. All right. So be thinking about that. Again, we come to the end of the class. I'm gonna ask y'all some things that y'all need to be completing. Okay. Let's see. Pull up another. All right, let's talk a little bit about Mars. All right, even though we already know about it. What does Mars sign represent? How to get something, how to make something happen, the way you take action, how you do what you do to survive, how you handle anger or conflict, okay? Your physical strength and willpower, your mental strength and willpower, how you respond and handle challenges, the way you express your energy in a day-to-day life, how you express and fight for beliefs, the energy, motivation, and action steps you take to achieve something. So these are all the questions that you're going to be asking yourself on your Tuesdays. Why? Because if you are aligning yourself with the questions that Mars represents, then it's going to allow you to actually move into it. And I got an even deeper question now too, that I want you to combine with that, which is this one. And even though it says Mars and Aries, we know Mars rule Aries. So I want you to look at this right here. It's the different areas or sections, the spread of Aries, right? The spread of Mars, the battle of Aries, the battle of Mars. What long-term action or major growth is calling for the use of my inner fire? Okay, what is something I have been slow to move on, in which I am being called to take charge? Okay. So these are questions. Don't look at me and act like you don't know what to do, you know, because when I give y'all simple ass homework, like, hey, go and read this about yourselves or go and do this, I don't get no fucking response. Y'all just love being in here with me. Y'all love having these classes, but y'all homework ethics suck. Just so y'all know, you suck at your homework, okay? So let me just add more to it then. I'll keep adding more every time until I get a response. And then I'll know I didn't hit something. I didn't hit a nerve. Okay. So your battle for the next 3 weeks, what long-term action or major growth is calling for the use of your inner fire? How about y'all answer that right now? Let's answer this question right now. You know, I like putting y'all on the spot because y'all hate being put on them. So let's answer this question. What's your battle?
Hell, let me go first because I know.
Come on, then, Leslie. What is your battle with Aries right now? What is your Mars and Aries battle?
Just doing it and being upfront with it, like full steam ahead.
Pushing your fire all the way out. Why are you diminishing your fire? You got to come out that Sagittarius. The Sagittarius is a candle. It ain't hot enough. It can't burn shit. Okay, all it can do is look pretty in that glass. That's all that Sagittarius is doing. You're gonna have to use some aggressiveness. You came out of an aggressive coochie. Okay, so you know what aggressiveness look like. You just gotta use it. You already got it available to you. Okay, come on in here, Courtney. She done ran. Get on back up in here.
I'll go next. Come on.
Come on.
If my Mars is in Leo, mine is about getting on that stage. That means I gotta open my mouth a whole lot more. And I gotta be in the forefront talking that shit.
Come on.
Unapologetically.
Why you not talking your shit? Why is you being a quiet ass Scorpio? Who tell me who recognizes or sees a quiet ass Scorpio? Nobody.
They still recognize it. It's just what I be trying to hide. There's no use doing it.
Where?
There's no use doing it. There's no use doing it. No use hiding.
Period. Courtney, what long-term action or major growth is calling for the use of your inner fire right now? You got Aries in your house. You married to one. So you constantly have an Aries in and outside of you, baby. So I'm listening.
This leadership, just taking on the role of leadership and being comfortable and walking in that, like, you know, not wavering in it. I have my Mars is in Gemini. So yeah, but learning how to work with it is what I'm doing daily, moment by moment. And so yes, that's what my long-term action that is.
Long-term action, activate, right? One of the things that's really good for Mars and Gemini to do is to create a persona, because you're already doing it anyway, right? So since Courtney has a hard time doing it, we need to create a bad bitch, a bitch who don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? She just say and do whatever the fuck she wants. She don't think twice. Okay.
That mini boss.
Exactly. We all know who it is. We all know. Okay. Because when at King Dub, she was damn for damn show having the lead dance because she was tired. She was tired of people not hearing her. She's like, bitch, I'm going to have to step up. Yeah, you're going to have to do it. Okay. So you got to create that persona, because you have to understand the shy parts of you sometimes, or the timid parts of you sometimes will overpower everything else. You know what I'm saying? And when you get into that space, nothing is going to come out. Okay. Monique, you ain't said nothing to me. Is you over there working? Is you in a place where you can't talk? Text to me if you can't. Let me pull my text up. Monique. I don't even know where my chat is. Oh, here it is. All right, we're gonna come back to Monique. I'm gonna assume that she over there doing something, or she in a space where she cannot talk. Okay. What long-term action or major growth is calling for the use of my inner fire? Mine is finishing up this job that is my mothering. Okay. So meaning that I don't want to be here no more. I don't want to be in Atlanta. I don't want to be in America. I don't want to be here no more, y'all. And this is a major growth thing for me to be able to even take this walk. And I'm getting a little scared. I'm only getting a little scared because it's never been done. It's never been done in my bloodline for a while. And so I'm having to redo that. So this is a major growth calling for me, because this is about me working on myself and healing myself. You know what I'm saying? To continue this work that I'm doing with y'all. Meaning like the energy in which I'm providing, I've gotten into a plateau for myself. Meaning that I'm feeling like I don't have anything else to give. But if you get to a space where you feel like you don't have anything else to give, it's time for you to receive. So mine is learning the balance of receiving when it comes down to leadership. So delegation for me, I'm still looking at ways in which I need to pass things off, things in which I need to be working smarter, not harder. So my major growth is getting into the seat of this move and knowing that this move is about my healing, and trusting that the people that I put in charge to take care of things while I am doing that, it'll be fine. Because when it comes down to me releasing duties and getting people to help me, I have a hard issue with that, because I don't know, sometimes what I can pass off or what's easier for me to pass off. So this is one of those things where for me, if I want everything that I'm talking about to really go to another level, I have to step into a different type of leadership. And that leadership I have to step into has to do with my Virgo energy. Okay. Because even though I have Mars and Pisces, the Mars and Pisces part of it in the 8th house, that's that letting go of a lot of the past stuff, so that I can do the polar opposite of Pisces, which is Virgo, and work. You know what I'm saying? Work with people and trust them to do the things that need to be done. All right. Now, when we start to talk about the charge part of Mars and Aries, right? How can I best align myself with this energy? How can I keep energy and momentum, right? That's a major thing, because a lot of us got this, I'm gonna do this and I got this, and then you'll have you got 2 and 3 pages of different things you're gonna do, and then nothing. That's where it goes. It's right there. So how can I keep the energy and the momentum? What will assist me in this journey? Let's answer that. Come on, Leslie. How can you best align yourself with your energy? How can you keep the momentum and the energy at bay? You know what I'm saying? What do you need to assist you in getting what you said the battle was? What do you need?
To be more north. That's been my saying since the last class. Since my North Node is in Leo, I need to be more out there, flamboyantly. I've been wearing lots of yellow to kind of get that fire popping.
That yellow and that red work. I don't care what nobody say. Now that shit is loud, so it draws everything. So you gotta be ready when it starts to draw, but it works. Okay. So definitely wearing more red these next 3 weeks is also going to be one of the things that could remind you how to keep the energy and the momentum going. You know what I'm saying? Stay out of the dark clothes. The dark clothes takes us into sleep. Oh, I know they're your favorite colors. And even though you on mute, I can read lips very well. Okay. So even though it's your favorite colors, you wear them shits at bed. When you go to bed, put your favorite colors on, if that's the case. But when you leave your fucking house, no dark colors. We don't need that. Because dark colors is going to drown everything out. It's going to say, oh, okay, here's a woman who is ready to help the world. That's what it says. She's the that's the matriarch right there. Look at her. You know what I'm saying? She's ready to nurture other people. But that's not what yellow said. Yellow's like, oh, look at me. Ooh, look at what I got going on. And a lot of us don't like that. We don't want to be looked at. Okay. Is somebody trying to talk to me? The battle that requires my inner fire is showing up and showing out for myself the way I do for others. Didn't I just not say that? That the dark colors, that's what they do. They make you show up for other people. So stay out this shit. Okay. Marcel, come on. The charge. What's your charge?
My charge to keep my energy up. I mean, her theme is kind of the family thing. Be more north. So my north is in Virgo. So that means I have to make time for all of these things. Make time within your day, whether it's a little bit or a lot of bit. And the other thing I also noticed is I have to be about presentation. Presentation. Hold on, can I see that?
Can you see it?
I can't. What did it say?
You see, it don't say nothing, but you see all the lines.
Oh, yes. I see that part.
You know what that represents for a Virgo?
That's material to go put the shit down. Write the shit down.
A list.
Yes.
Virgo loves lists. If it ain't on here, we're not fucking doing it. Okay? So this is it.
Yes, I got
Papers with lines, okay? And you know what? Virgos even like the ones that have the little sections in it. Like, I'm telling you, anytime the stationary...
Everything is compartmentalized. It's compartmentalization. I know.
Compartmentalizing is what makes the Virgo energy pop, okay?
But see, also, that was the other thing I want to add was presentation. What I've noticed in the last few weeks is that I've been in a lot of business meetings where it's about closing deals. So it's always about presenting yourself, presenting your material. Well, it's like you're forgetting your whole. People don't want to say no to you because, like she said, you like the ultimate cult leader. It's like your presentation. You can close a lot of deals, and you're not even realizing that. Put yourself in these meetings.
Who said that to you?
What?
Somebody said that to you?
I said this is not inner talking to myself.
Oh, that's you talking. Oh, you said. I thought you said she.
No. I'm talking about me. I'm talking to me to myself.
I thought you said she. I'm gonna say, oh, she said that to you.
Shit. No, ain't nobody.
She had the nerve to say that to you.
Oh no, she better keep her mouth. Look, Kettle and Pot can't talk. Kettle and Pot cannot talk to each other. Okay.
I know.
So
that's what I was saying.
I say to her or she says to me, you might as well say it to your motherfucking self. So yeah, we can't talk to each other. But no, this was me talking to me. Like, dude, understand these places that you're in. You're not understanding the ability to close deals. So the presentation is the key.
Yes. And the reason why I'm bringing all this up is so when we move into the sexual aspect of it, y'all are going to know what you are seeding in sex. See, we ain't just randomly talking about this because I'm trying to beat up on y'all because I know y'all think I like to do that. Y'all think I love to just come up on these classes that jump up and down. I know Leslie has said it at least 3 or 4 times. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's not the truth. Okay. I love
to. Hey, wait a minute. You know how your mama and your daddy used to tell you, I do this because I love you before they whoop your ass. That is exactly you.
Well, it's fine. You call me what you like. But this is one thing I know that will happen though. I bet you when you do it, that shit is immaculate. That's it. Period, point blank. Okay. But the reason why I want us to go through this part of it again is, like I said, pulling out the battle, the charge, the clash, and the victory is going to all be applied in sex for the next 3 weeks. Meaning when you are having sex, whether it be sex with yourself or with your partners, these are the areas that I want us to seed. Seed meaning your orgasm, this is where it goes. When you orgasm, your orgasm is going to what we just talked about or what you needed when it comes down to that long-term action. right? So when you are bussing and releasing, Courtney, leadership, you need to be saying the word, fucking nut leadership, and it's easy oozing out of you. Okay, just let the word, so they be like, oh, leadership, whatever. Okay, this is why I'm bringing this shit up. Okay, come on, it's your turn for the charge.
For me, I think sometimes sometimes I know and sometimes I don't know. Okay. And I think that's where the Gemini spot comes into play. So navigating that, just being honest, has been a challenge.
So when you say sometimes you know and you don't know, let's change those words, because you do know.
Right. Okay.
Let's say, even though you know, you're a little bit uncomfortable on your knowing.
That part, yes. Thank you.
Because to say you don't know, you make your spirit doubt yourself. Okay, you make your own intuition doubt yourself. And when you do that, you shut down. The Pisces ain't gonna move when you do that. Okay, because the Pisces is all intuitive. So if you you let Gemini discount your intuition through Pisces gonna be like, okay, go ahead then. How about you do it by yourself? Okay, which means nothing will get done. Because what really has to come in is the fact that you already know this, but part of the energy on your leadership, right, which is what the long-term growth is, the leadership is where the intuition can ride off of. That's how you can use that. So the more you in leadership, you have to use intuition, because what else can you use? You can't use nothing else. There's no guide. You are the fucking guide. You know what I'm saying? So the more you step into the leadership, the more the momentum and the energy of what you know can be used. Okay, but it's not that you do not know, because ma'am, you do know. Okay, what will assist you with the journey of your knowing?
Being in more leadership roles. Putting myself in spaces where I can take on more leadership roles.
Where you can take on, absolutely. And I got some work for you, baby. I got some leadership work for you. Okay.
I'm ready.
Yeah. All right. The clash. How can I keep sustainable balance without being extreme? Because if you go extreme, you know what you do? You burn out, right? So this is about your burnout. What can you do? How can you keep your energy going? So we thinking about, I want y'all, instead of thinking about running 100-meter dash, y'all know anything about track? A little bit about track? Okay. So instead of doing 100-meter dash, which is just a straight line, right? It's just from one point to one point. When we talk about 400 meters or 800 meters, we're talking about laps. Okay. So now you got to keep that going, because if you go too fast, when you kick off, on these meters, right, you're going to burn out. So even if you start out fast, the person who kicks off the first on those meters are usually the last place person. The reason being is because they burnt all the fire out. So this is about, how can you stay consistent? How can you stay consistent? Okay. The way to stay consistent is to think about what obstacles that could arise as it relates to the things that you're doing, right? So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the sustainability of staying in the 100, 200, in the exercise, which is also something I'm going to add to us this week. To these next 3 weeks too, is exercise. But what's the resistance, right? What resistance that could encounter? Right? What is the clashes that could prevent you from doing what you need to do in the battle and doing what you need to do in the charge? Come on, Leslie. You over there thinking too hard about it.
I am.
I know.
Thinking hard. I am my own resistance. I mean, because it's a matter of being more North, being more Leo. Like trying to run your own business behind the scenes, I am the problem.
Exactly. So what, as you release the resistance of what's going on, right? What do you think can come in and prevent you? Like, let's just say you doing everything, right? You on the forefront, you posting, you talking, you doing things with the business, right? What are some things that could pop up that could kind of act as a resistance?
You know what? I've been thinking about that. what got me to tone it down was other people, or my mother in particularly, is her voice I hear telling me that I was arrogant and conceited and vain. And so maybe others,
Perspectives of you.
yeah, that.
Or you thinking in your mind what they could be thinking when it's not really a real thing, but you just been programmed to think about what other people think
Right,
about
I'm
you.
still running old programming.
Yes, all programs, period. And we all have that. So the number one obstacles for all of us is programs, old programming. You know what I'm saying? Or comparing yourself to others sometimes too. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean is not that it's a jealousy thing, but sometimes we look at time things, right? So we'll be working on something and then it'll seem like somebody else who's just started has blown up. And you're like, wait a minute, shit, I've been doing this shit 5 years. How they get that connect? Why I didn't get that connect, right? But what you don't know is that even though it appears to be that they just started, they really haven't. They've been really putting some momentum in other ways. So this was just a door that happened to open when they change and shift directions, right? So we, one of the lines that Puff Daddy say all the time that I love, you know what I'm saying? He's like one of my top Scorpio niggas to watch. Whenever I need to get out of my own head about stuff, I go watch Puff Daddy because he's a perfect mix of Pluto and Mars to me. Perfect mixture. He say he ain't ever looking at what somebody else is doing. He said, I'm not never doing that. Why? What am I doing that for? The only person I'm thinking about who's doing some shit is me. So one of the main things to keep you in balance and keep you out of extremes is not watching or trying to pay attention to what everybody else is doing and comparing it to yourself. You can watch to be a part of the audience, but when you're watching now comparing how it is that you are moving, because Mars is a push, right? Mars is a movement. If you're looking at what somebody else has or looking at what somebody else is receiving and comparing it to what you have, that's going to cause an obstacle. That's going to cause resistance. It's going to make you, I don't want to do it. You set the shit down. But then that goes back into causing the battle, right? Because if you set the shit down and don't do nothing, then all the things we just said that the battle was, that now blows that thing up to be even bigger. Okay? So we got to be mindful of the stories we are telling ourselves. That's the biggest obstacle or the clashes that we're going to do. The resistance is always what we're telling ourselves. And this is another level of resistance that we don't realize when it comes down to Aries and comes down to Mars situation or whatever, is helping other people. Sometimes we see other people come in and because that baby Aries loves to do stuff. Just think about when the baby's eating their food, right? And they sitting in front of you and they eat. After they eat, what they usually do after that, grab some food and want to put it in your mouth. They want to start feeding you now, huh? Right? Because sometimes that's what the Aries does to avoid self. I don't feel like doing it no more. I don't want to eat no more. So let me feed you. I'll come eat. Right? But when you feed people and they ain't hungry, then now they're just consuming your vibrations. Okay? If they hungry, let them eat off of them. Don't let them eat off of you. Meaning don't use people as resistance. Don't use people as reasons of why you can't get to where you need to get in certain things. Push past that. Let them take care of themselves. Let them self-initiate during this time period. And when we get to Cancer season, when it's time for us to nurture people, you can bring that nurturing shit back in. Right now, that ain't the time. Right now, the key word is I am. It's about you and you motherfucking only. That's what it's about, okay? So put yourself first for these 3 weeks. Because if you do that, then when we come into Venus season, it's going to be time to receive. It's going to be time to pull back the other way. So right now, we push it. We going this way. In a minute, we going to stop and get into bull status. Bull is grounded. Don't come fucking with me. I want to stay right here. I want to stay like this tree, grounded in this root. Okay? That ain't the time right now. It's not time to root. It's time to fire. It's time to push. Okay? So you and you is what these next 3 weeks is about. Okay? The victory. What positive results are available to me? What healing can I look forward to now? So let's talk about it. What's going to be the result?
So wait. So Leslie's the only one get to deal with her clash?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Come on.
You got about me and Courtney. I mean, me and Courtney want to clash too. It's the clash of the Titans. What's up?
What's your clash?
So what we doing? What we doing, huh? Anyway, for our sustainability, it's only one word for me. It's called endurance. when you're talking about like running the race, it's really about sustainable, like, you know, being able to endure and being able to do this. So that starts in increments of building up endurance, doing it every fucking day, doing something every day as far as presentation, as far as really talking or whatever. That way I don't have to just turn it on. I'm always on.
Yes.
When it's time to actually do it, I'm always on because I've been doing it. It's not like I'm trying to turn it off from somewhere. Obstacles I would see would be just plateauing, like getting complacent, because, you know, with doing Virgo shit, it's redundant, and sometimes it's like the monotony of it is like, okay, this is boring. So I know with me, I have to make sure I switch it up a little bit, like make sure I spice it up just a little bit, just to keep my interest, because it's like you're gonna have to keep doing this every day. So something is gonna have to really spark you. You know what I mean? So it's just the plateauing, not thinking I've made it. Like, you got to bust through your fucking goals. Fuck, if you made it, you hit this checkpoint, bust through them bitches. Okay? So, no, and once that happens, I ain't worried about it. There is no resistance. I'm my only resistance. But there is none if I'm busting through my goals. So I'm done. Go ahead, Courtney.
Totally agree. Cole, come on, Cole. He threw you on the bus with him. So sorry. That's your buddy. Courtney was glad that she got skipped over. You, on the other hand.
I passed the baton. Hey, we running the race relay. Come on.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I need to share it. For me, suitable balance, being consistent, to piggyback off both of you all, I relate to that. Being consistent. Granted, I'm consistent with the persona at home, but sharing that persona with others at one point, like to Leslie's point, I was that outspoken. So getting back to that part, let's see. Oh, the only resistance in that is myself, of course. And far as obstacles, I just feel like whatever obstacles come when they come, I'm just like to push through them.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it.
And all the things, I mean, what you just said could also be an obstacle too, meaning like not pushing, getting back to the point where you're more vocal, right? So I mean, staying stuck is an obstacle, you know what I'm saying? Or how we see things can present itself as an obstacle. So all those things, at the core of it, the resistance, like we have said, is self, right? I think major resistance is not taking care of self and not putting self first, you know? And if we just look at it like, if you go ahead and start to do a little bit working out right now, so doing something, we come out of the Pisces season, which was about rest, into a season where we're getting ready to deal with the summer, right? When the spring is springing us up for the summer, right? So this is a point to where we should be letting go of the weight, you know, letting go of the winter weight, all the stuff that we stored in hibernation season. Time to release that, right? So if we start to bring in some type of workout regimen, that could be yoga, that can be just walking a little bit, you know what I'm saying? It can be getting you some hand weights and just doing something that is consistent, okay? Consistency is going to help us bring about sustainability with what we're trying to do, okay? Because sustainability is literally that. It's a consistent type of ways in which we move, all right? So be thinking about what you are willing to do 20 minutes a day for the next 3 weeks, starting tomorrow. All right, this is not something I'm going to check y'all on. This is something I'm asking you to do for yourself so that you can help yourself with the battles that we mentioned. All right. All right. Y'all ready for the victory? The victory is mine. Victory is mine. Victory today is mine. I told Saturn, get ye behind. Victory today is mine. Okay. So, what's the victory? What are the positive results of getting through the battle? Okay? Aligning yourself to what you need to do. Okay, being sustainable and getting through your obstacles. What is the positive results available to you, Leslie? And what does healing? Like, these questions are just like so fucking direct. And see, and the thing is, if I had not shown y'all this and said that, y'all would have swore I came up with this. That's what y'all would say. Y'all think it's just me. It ain't just me. Look, okay. So what's the results, baby? And what is the healing gonna look like? What can you look forward to?
So what's funny is that you started singing that song and I already feel emotional about what I'm about to say.
Okay.
So the positive results that are available to me is just me being able to celebrate myself. And you guys being as proud of me as I have been of you guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Victory today is mine. Okay, Marcel, what's your positive results? What's gonna be available to you, King? Okay, what is this healing gonna look like, King?
The whole world will just open up to me in the way that I see it. That's all it is. In all the ways that I see it. I'm just free to roam. That's all. I mean, you know, that's the healing, like not feeling so restricted. Yeah, when you know it's like that's not your nature.
No,
That's not how you truly thrive.
it's
You
not
know what
your
I mean?
nature. Y'all
I have to leave. Yep, that's when the Sagittarian come in, which is my first house. When it's like to travel, to learn, and all that shit makes me so much better.
Yeah, and the thing is, like,
I can't be stagnant.
And I know y'all may feel, you know, we all sometimes we're hard on ourselves. The Sag area of us is where we do beat up on ourselves. Okay, like it is very, it's that sometimes, right? But what I want y'all to also like take into consideration is that, and I don't know how much I was traveling before I came into y'all lives, but I know since I've been in this bitch, y'all have been doing a lot of traveling. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of pushing of yourselves and shifting and changing. Now, is it more to do? Yes, of course. We got to get this leadership on popping. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need y'all to all get to your level of where you need to be in your businesses, because that allows me to be like, I ain't doing that. That's on you, right? Which is what we have been cultivating and doing anyway. So I am proud of y'all. I'm proud of everybody on this call, even the people who ain't on this call, who I know gonna listen back. I am extremely proud of y'all because y'all are here willing to do the work. Even though y'all resistant to the fucking homework, you're still here, you know, willing to look at yourself in certain ways. So I am extremely proud of y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I do know there's more for us to do. You know what I'm saying? And that part I hold y'all accountable to, and I hold myself accountable to as well, collectively. Okay. All right, Coach. What's the victory?
My victory is just being, the feeling of just being. Granted, I know that exists and that's there, but the reprogramming associated with that, and just feeling that freedom. It's like my first time coming to Atlanta. When we came to Kinked Up, it was like mind blowing. It was like, I was like, I'm at home. Oh my God, I don't want to leave. Like, this is home for me. This is so much like, and so just putting myself, like, that's what it feels like for me, just being in the space of just where being, and that is healing. That's what's healing for me.
Yes. That's what freedom is. That's what healing is, right? Is being able to really say that. And that's how I know that this is no longer home for me, right? Is because Mexico is just home. It's so welcoming. I don't feel like I'm having to struggle. I don't feel like there's, you know, even though I do not speak Spanish, y'all don't understand. I don't speak it. I do not speak Spanish, period. Okay. What I mean is I can understand it, but the translation of it, I'm having a hard time, and I'm going to work on that. But I also said I wasn't going to let that stop me, right? I didn't want that to be the block of me going, because I know how to navigate. At the end of the day, we all speak vibration, even when we don't speak the same language. But the feeling that I'm there, I feel so free. The same thing you felt when you came to Kinked Up ATL, that's how I feel there. And it's like, and when I came back here, like, even, I don't know if y'all saw the story that I posted when I was at the airport on my way back, right? And I was talking to my mom about this last night, because I'm starting to feel that part of what I went through with me feeling like this little upset thing that kind of happened for me when I was at the airport before I came. I think it was also preparing me for what was about to happen when I got into Miami. But of course I didn't know that. But all of a sudden, the whole entire 9 days I was there, no gallbladder irritations, no stress, no nothing. The day I get ready to come back, I'm at the airport, like, meaning As long as I was in Mexico, no problems. When I got to the airport, problems. That's what it was. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Got to Miami, you know, and having to go through customs. And when I got to go through customs again in Atlanta, it was just like, what is this about, right? I felt like Mexico had did nothing but just like added to me. It was like, oh, you need this, you need that. It was giving me so much energy. And it's like the moment I got to Miami, I felt like they was trying to rip everything from me. And I was like, what the fuck is this? To the point to where I cried before I left. When I was in Cancun's airport, I was just crying. And I didn't even know why. I was like, why am I crying? Do I not want to go back this bad? Like, what's going on, right? So, of course, I still dealt with it, but now I'm crying, and I'm like, I'm feeling this thing, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Do I got cancer? Like, I'm starting to think about all kinds of shit, like, what's going on with me? Is my gallbladder dead? Is my asshole dead? Like, what's going on? I don't know what's happening to me, right? So I'm talking to my mom. I'm like, Mama, my body's having an allergic reaction. I don't know what's going on. Get to Miami, all this shit happens. You know what I'm saying? I knew then that was no longer home for me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel in a foreign place. I don't feel like I'm at a space of peace. You know what I'm saying? Even from the things that I've in these last 3 days, I went to the post office today, found out one of my packages that I sent off on the 13th of March to a client, some waist beads and some crystals, right? She just thought it was taking long because I was out of town. I shipped that off before I left, right? We do the tracking. The shit's still here in Atlanta. I checked this when I was in Mexico. So I get today, I go talk to them and talk like, yo, what happened? Why didn't this package leave? I don't know. I don't know why it didn't leave. Huh? You don't know? What you mean you don't know? I don't know. Maybe they just looked at the package wrong. They just looked at the package wrong? Okay, so what are my options? Well, we can't use this label anymore because the label says that it was already delivered, even though it wasn't delivered. Okay, so what does that mean for me? You're going to have to buy more postage, and you're going to have to request a refund. So you mean to tell me I've already spent $7 on the shipping for this stuff, and now you're telling me to spend another $7 and then I hope to get a refund from y'all when y'all know y'all not good at refunds? This is what I mean. As compared to, I found out from one of the real estate agents in Mexico, their leases are 6 months or 12 months, right? Let's just say you do a 6-month lease and you decide you need to come back to the States. You can't finish out your 6 months lease. Do you know they give you your money back? Everything you paid. So if you pay your 6 months up, and you got to leave, you don't use it, they refund you whatever the remainder is. Why do they do that here? They don't give a fuck about you moving early, but you pay, we keeping it. But this is what I mean about a system that does not want you to thrive, right? So the victory for me is knowing that I can be in a place that nurtures me and I'm able to take care of me and my daughter fluidly without feeling the pressures of these businesses that I'm paying, not giving a fuck about me. Because that's what I told them. I say, y'all make it hard for us to do business with y'all. Well, it ain't us. I mean, y'all go online and do them old prepaid things. If you came into here to get your label, then maybe we would know more. What the fuck has got to do with y'all scanning the goddamn package wrong? This got nothing to do with that, but this is what I mean about not taking responsibility. They're also in a system that doesn't take responsibility. So as employees, they're not going to take responsibility. They're just going to pass it off. And they make it, we spend so much money over here. Do you hear me? We spend so much money, not in a good way. We're spending excess, you know? So my victory is knowing that it's time for me to go. You know what I'm saying? And that I can give into that and not worrying about what my brand or my business is going to be. I know that the people who rock with me going to come with me. And what I mean come with me, meaning like, y'all going to come over and get some of this fucking healing. You're going to come and see what it's like to not just be in America 24/7 and get sucked fucking dry. You're going to learn how to heal from a real perspective because now I'm doing it from a real perspective. I'm not just talking about it. I'm not just giving myself the self-care and all the things we talk about here. I'm doing it in a more aggressive way because Aries deserves that aggressiveness from you. It deserves that. That baby in you needs this because there's so much she has suffered and she has not received. So that's what this is about. It's about you nurturing her aggressively and not letting nobody tell you otherwise, right? That's your victory. Is that this ain't about nobody else. It's about you. What did they tell you on the plane? Put the oxygen mask over your face first before you feed somebody else. But over here in America, it's always about you giving yourself away. What are you talking about? There's no feeding here. So what I mean is that we've all been tricked into not being able to initiate the ways in which we need to initiate, okay? So all this little exercise we just did, whether it be you watching this playback or not, take yourself through these questions. Write out. As a matter of fact, the post that I post this on, write your shit in the comments, right? So we'll know what we holding accountable. And even y'all too, when I post it, write your things to your battle, your charge, your class, and your victory. Write it on the comments so that again, this is you holding you accountable to your I am. Aries is the I am. All right. Now, how does all this shit now go into 6? Because y'all like, Gigi, like, come on, man. You gotta do all this stuff with it. I do. Where did you go? Oh, here you go. All right. Now, we're gonna have a little fun real quick. Because I thought this was funny. Okay. I love badass astrology because it ain't really astrology. It's like fun astrology. Okay. It's like astrology mixed with a little fun. Okay. So, but I love it because it takes off of the pressure sometimes about it. So when we start now talking about sex, okay, this is the sexual 3 weeks, right? So wherever your Mars is, that's the type of sex you are. Sex with your Mars in those areas, that's what you do, okay? So somebody says Mars and Gemini, huh? Mars and Gemini, what you said, Coach? Where your Mars at, Leslie?
Capricorn.
What's that? What's that sadistic sex? You know what sadistic sex
and
is?
sadistic, yep.
You know what sadistic sex is? This nigga wanna be really put up on some pressure. Do you hear me? I'm just saying, Marcel, you're gonna have to come harder, baby. You're gonna come harder than what you hold.
What are you talking about? Come on now. My Mars is in Leo, so you know.
Wine and dine and horny all the time. That is so fucking true about you, sir. So Courtney guy prefers dirty talk and can't shut the fuck up. That's what she wants. That's what she needs. Okay. Mine says kinkily emotional. That's some bullshit. Okay, because it's accurate. It's accurate. I'm always looking for, I'm always ready to be kinky and cry at the same time. I want somebody to spank me until I cry and be like, oh, no, give me some more. It's the weirdest shit ever, okay? But I thought this was so funny, guys. So for those of you watching the playback back, please let us know. Where's your sex with Mars? What we dealing with? What you dealing with? Because this right here is hilarious to me, okay? It's really hilarious. But it's truth in it, right? The truth in it is these keywords are what's the truth in it. What I mean is Gemini's Mercury. So of course, Mercury is talking, is communication. So that's why it's like talking and can't shut the fuck up. So we talk about how that Gemini energy is. And we're going to talk about what house is in a minute. But this is just you understanding in a fun perspective, right? How your Mars energy loves to show up. Okay. So I want y'all to ride these funny perspectives for the next 3 weeks. Okay, so Leslie, I'm gonna need you to be swift and get some, every now and then you're gonna have to get some sadistic shit around there. Marcel gonna have to, do something. Marcel, in the morning, tie her ass up and then walk off.
Say less. All right, she knows I know.
No, wait, let me ask something. Fuck her, then tie her up and then leave. Okay,
I got that.
And then she'll be fine. And go in there, check on her. When you go in there, make sure her arms tied up too. And you go in there, ask if she's hungry. You hungry? You want some food? You want me to feed you? Because you said it's wine and dine, right? So it's wine and dine. You want me to feed you, baby? You want some? What you want? What do you need? Don't untie her ass though. Leave her tied up. Okay. Make sure she have a few rope burns. That right there's gonna make her feel happy. If it ain't no rope burns, it ain't tight enough. You ain't doing them right. Okay.
No, she like that. Yep.
Courtney, I'm gonna need you to pass this over to my buddy Ivory, okay? That you know, you need some of this dirty talk for the next 3 weeks, okay?
Yes.
Tell you some more crazy shit, you know what I'm saying? You know, even bringing in that persona we talked about, you need to name this persona so that when she talking dirty to you, she could talk dirty to you in that persona, okay? So make sure you tell her what your homework is for the next 3 weeks.
I will.
I'm gonna be like, Gigi always give you some more crazy shit to do. Well, we know what, it's pretty easy to satisfy Marcel. Just give him some ass. He's just horny all the time.
Really? It's not that easy.
It's just horny all the time.
You just make sure you find somebody to pity pat that ass till you cry. Since I can't do it right now. Okay, that's all you do. Okay.
We're gonna just breathe on that. Let's breathe together.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. The cards say that shit ain't gonna happen in Atlanta. But guess what? That's what's so beautiful about, a Mars and Pisces in the 8th is that I'm good at creating some old dark personas to show up. You know what I'm saying? If anybody's fucking spirits, it's me. Okay, all the time. I'm always fucking. But they need a body to fuck. Hey, Gigi's here. I'm going over there. You know what I'm saying? So meaning that I'm gonna get that done. And I do spank the fuck out of myself. Like for real. Like sometimes when I go without and I haven't had it, I will. And I mean, and it'd be so hard sometimes I go back in the mirror, put my pants down, and there's a handprint there. So I got this. I'll take care of this until
like your handprint is whatever entity you're using.
Until we get a physical persona to be able to ride and rock with me on this level, it's gonna get done. Okay, I am not gonna not get no kinky. Okay, like sometimes when I lay down at night, I do this. Y'all can't see behind, but my hand is gripped behind my head. Just so I know, bitch, you better not try to move. You better lay your ass down. Go to sleep. Don't you get up. Don't you? You ain't hungry. You don't need nothing. You lay your ass down. That's me. And then after I do that, and after I rough myself up a little bit, I go up under here. And this is lay down like that. So we gonna get it in. Trust me, Gigi ain't gonna go without. I got enough goddamn crystal toys to fuck these shit out of myself into oblivion. And I do's it well. Okay.
You saw what I posted about the true fuck, so it's coming.
Listen, I'm just saying, right? But this is what I want y'all to do. And as y'all are doing this, right? As y'all are digging into just this part of your Mars energy, be in awareness of what we are working on for our battle, charge, class, and victory, because that's what we're bringing in to the sexual perspectives, okay? So whatever you listed, whatever you said, these are the things that we're going to manifest with sex, because that's what sex is for, okay? Is it for orgasms and pleasure? Hell yeah, it is. But it's also money and it's currency. It's electricity. It's drawing things to you, okay? So because it's drawing things to you, let's draw our battles. Let's draw the things that we need, okay? Let's pull those things in via sex. So when you get to your orgasm, you get to your highest point and you are releasing, I want you to be thinking about what it is that is calling. What's your major growth? What's the call, right? And then you call it. Call it in. Draw it into yourself, okay? So that we can let go of these charges and these clashes and these resistance and all these things that blocks our momentum. Sex is the way we move past it. That's why I love it, man. It's when you have great sexual partners and great sexual energy with yourself, man, that shit moves so fast. Like, I mean, when I'm talking about so fast, it's like the work that it would take you to do something alone. If it's a year, when you are using your sexual energy, we talking about 24 to 48 hours. That's how quick this shit moves. Okay, so let's be thinking about that when we are self-pleasuring too. Okay, self-pleasure. Just think about what it's going to feel like when you are in your victory, right? That whole feeling of what we called out. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say that being proud, right? So when you release and you get to that point, I want you to like picture, you standing on the stage and we all fucking just clapping, like we just all crying and we like, oh, she did it. All these are visuals that you need to create. Create that space. You know what I'm saying? Courtney, bring back into your mind what it felt like to be kinked up. You know what I'm saying? And you being free and running all over the place. Not just from the first time that you was there. Also when you was mini boss. You know what I'm saying? These two personas together, you need to address Gemini. Gemini got two. If you do one, it ain't enough. You got to do two perspectives. Okay, your initial perspective of freedom and your also initial perspective of leadership. You know what I'm saying? These things is what's going to work. Combine them together in your orgasm. Okay. Same for you, Marcel. What you said, you know what I'm saying? Your leadership, your, being getting out of the shadows, you know what I'm saying? And being so toned down and being just the person who is diplomatic about things and wanting everybody to be, sometimes that shit ain't gonna work. And you know that.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes
Yep.
you've seen me be diplomatic as I possibly can. And then when the motherfuckers took diplomatic for granted, what I do, blow the fuck up.
Yep.
That's the way Aries works. Okay. The
All
baby
right.
loves you. The baby wants the best for you. But the baby ain't gonna let you bully it either, though. You know what I'm saying? I love sometimes watching siblings on like TikTok and stuff like that when they be like interacting and having fun, and all of a sudden one of them kids do too much. They hit them or something, and the next them babies biting. I'm talking about the little ones. I ain't talking about the ones that's 1 or 2. You put that little toddler under pressure, and that little motherfucker is gonna get you off of them. I promise you that. They're gonna bite you to do whatever they got to do. Fall out. They're gonna do all of that. You gotta know how to do that for yourself. Okay? Step boldly into it. Now, let's finish up with what we got in the 8th house. All right. Where is your Mars energy? What do you have? First of all, what house is your Mars in, and then what do you have in the 8th house? Okay, so my Mars just so happened to be in the 8th, so I don't have nothing else about that. So Mars and Pisces in the 8th. So that 8th house is also not only sex drive, but it's also transformation. Okay, it's also the place where we give up the ghost. It's where Scorpio comes in. Okay, because Scorpio is also the other side of Mars. You got Mars and Aries is the first placement of where Mars rules, but the other side of that is also Scorpio as well. So Scorpio deals with Pluto primarily, and it deals with Mars. Okay, so what do you guys have in the 8th house, and where is your Mars sign located in your houses? I gotta call y'all out, Marcel.
Okay.
Oh, I'll go. In the 8th house, I have Cancer. And I don't have Leo in any place within my houses. So no Mars in any houses.
Okay, so but if you have Capricorn in the 8th, you got
Cancer. Cancer's in the 8th.
You got Cancer in the 8th, so that means you got Leo in the 9th.
Okay.
Remember how energy runs congruent, right? Mm-hmm. So even though you don't have a planet there, I mean, it's not necessarily that Mars is not in any particular house per se. The energy of it is. The energy of it is because that's the way astrology rolls. It's a wheel. Okay. So when people are like, I ain't got nothing in them houses, I got empty houses. Ain't no such thing as a fucking empty house. It only means you don't have prominent work, meaning that it's not a problem there. But you have energy, you can work there. So if you want to know where to work the Leo in the 9th house. Okay, what is the 9th house? What's the 9th house, Marcel? Oh, he done froze up. He better be glad he fucking froze. Oh.
I'm not froze. I'm back.
What is the 9th house?
What is it ruled by?
No, that's not the question I asked you.
Oh, what is my 9th house?
What? No, not as what is your 9th house. What is the 9th house period? What is the 9th house period?
It's dreams and all that, right? What is it ruled by? What is it?
You can tell me what it's ruled by. Maybe that'll help you. What rules 9th house?
It's ruled by Sagittarius.
Okay, what does Sagittarius do?
Sagittarius is all about expansion and growth and teaching and travel and all that.
Yes, that's exactly right. So if you got Leo in that house, what does that mean?
That means that my presentation is going to be on a grand stage. It's going to be on a big thing, so I have to be able to expand out.
Go forth and teach.
Go out and teach.
Go forth and teach what it is that you know, and be soldier boy about it. Be the soldier boy of teachers, okay? I want the motherfucking shoes he just came out with. People sleep on soldier. But I ain't gonna sleep on. He is my Leo reflection, and I ain't gonna let folks sleep on that nigga. Okay, so
Mr. I did it first.
Mr. I did it first. Do you hear me? And the fact that you saying that proves it. He got us all on the trap. Okay, So yes, apply your Mars and Leo in the 9th, but you got Cancer in the 8th. So Cancer in the 8th is where your sex energy is now, right? So that is nurturing, okay? Being a nurturing sex, you know, taking the time and loving on people and, you know what I'm saying? Being almost like the feminine aspect in sex, okay? Why I say feminine aspect? Because it's the mother. So it's a mothering energy, sexual wise. What you about to say? Because you about to say something.
You know I was about to be funny. That means I can't be all swift and sadistic all the time with Leslie then.
Now, I didn't say all the time, but you're going to have to do it most of the time. Most of it.
I know I'm about to give her
You
what she
can do
want.
it
Oh no.
all the time. The warm up.
No, swift
And
and sadistic
then
and then with aftercare. That's all that is.
She just told you
When
where
the
she
tears
needed it.
flow, the care.
So you don't have to guess where you need to apply. She just told you. She's at the foreplay, nigga, the warm up, the beginning is where I need the swift and I need the goddamn sadist. If you give me the sadist at the beginning, we good. We got it. It's swift. It didn't say all day. It ain't gonna take a long shit. It's gonna take me long, but it ain't gonna take her long. Okay. Now, come on, Court. What you got in the 8th house, and where is your Mars energy in your houses?
Okay, so I have Virgo in the 8th house.
Okay.
And my Mars is in Gemini.
In what house?
In the 5th house.
5th house. Y'all in these 5th house and these Sagittarius houses, man. Y'all gonna have to come about these goddamn shadows. Come about these shadows. That's what that is. Okay. 5th house is you gotta put the light on it, right? So Virgo first. Virgo in the 6th house is working to release things. Okay. Virgo is the work part of it. You know what I'm saying? Virgo is the not being so judgmental too about yourself and the sex that you're having and allowing yourself to fully communicate what you want, what you need, right? Get out of here and get in here. Virgo is the word, is the mouth, is the talking, okay? It just said you got Gemini and Virgo are ruled by the same perspectives, right? So if Gemini just told you prefers dirty talk and can't shut the fuck up, Virgo also mirrors that too. As a matter of fact, let's just drop down and look at what Virgo says on the sex with Mars. What does that say? What does that say?
Charlotte drops the drawers.
Makes sense. Does that sound like you? Does that sound like you? Isn't it? Of course it does. You want it so bad. Wait a minute, maybe. You don't drop them goddamn drawers and go ahead. No, you know you want it. You know you want. You ready. You know what I'm saying? All she got to say to you is pull the motherfucking panties off. Bend your ass over. Okay.
That's right.
You never asked. Okay.
Sometimes you just brush up again.
This is where we are, okay? Use these two dynamics. Use your Mercury. Use your mouth, Courtney. You gotta use it, okay? That's what it's going to take. And also having that, you got Gemini, you said it's in the 5th, right?
Yes.
Yes, so the same thing. Applying the energy as it relates to the 5th house. 5th house is kinky. It's the kinky house. It's the Leo house. Leo is kinky as a bitch, but she ain't gonna tell nobody though. That's the difference. Don't want to tell nobody I'm kinky, but I'm kinky as fuck. Go get the stuff. Well, no, we're going to church today. That's Leo. No, we're never doing that because it's fixed. You know what I'm saying? So understand it being that fixed energy, it ain't gonna be flamboyant in it, right? Now it'll dress up though. It'll dress up. It'll do that. So dressing up, bringing in some little things, doing some things that make you feel sexy and make you feel not yourself, okay? Not your normal shy self. Do some anime shit. Go buy you a few outfits, okay? And be somebody else on the 5th, because 5th house is also the stage of performance, right? It's where we go to be the actor or the actress. That's where it is on the 5th. So get you a few anime outfits or get you a few character outfits for these next 3 weeks. And let's go ahead and play with that thing. Let's get it on popping, okay? Come on, Leslie. What you got in the 8th and where is your Mars?
Scorpio in the 8th.
Ooh.
And Capricorn Mars and Capricorn in the 10th.
Okay. So we already know having Scorpio in the 8th, that's where Scorpio like to be. Okay. But it also means having Scorpio in the 8th is going deep and allowing that passion and also having that crazy sexual energy, right? It's like it's just crazy, you know, because Scorpio can be crazy in the 8th. Okay. When I mean crazy, I mean like it's not removed from anything. So allow yourself to also clear some things with that too. What I love about Scorpio in the 8th too is even though it's sex, it's also pulling up a lot of secrets, you know what I'm saying, or things that we haven't been able to clear, right? So allow that to, some of the blocks may be the things that you haven't completely said, right? You haven't revealed all the way. Can we reveal a little bit more? Can you be because Scorpio likes, you know, to pull the skeletons out. So can we pull some of the skeletons out? Yes, the fuck we can. Yeah, we can. I need you shaking your head. No, we're gonna do that shit. Come hell or high water. It's gonna be done. All right. So let's pull it out. Let's reveal ourselves to ourselves about who we are sexually. You know, I call you gay all the time. I've been told, I told you, and I told myself. Your wife is gay, bro. Like you know this.
Gay, big gay.
Big gay, dude. It's ridiculous. Okay. So go ahead, be gay. I don't know why you trying to fuck with niggas. Stop. You don't need to try to fuck with niggas no more. Leave them alone. They're not your thing. Okay. You got the only nigga you gonna have and ride out with. From this point moving forward, you need to collect women. Okay, that's what you need to be collecting. That's what you don't want to do and say because that goes against your previous little girl who was a Christian and she was gonna go to hell for doing all that coochie eating she was doing when she was younger. But now you ain't gonna go to hell for it. Okay.
Talk to that 9-year-old. Talk to that 9-year-old. Talk to
I'm just saying. Leave these niggas alone. They not gonna satisfy you. Even when you get them, you still gonna feel unsatisfied because what you really want is titties and coochie. I know, baby. It's okay. You safe with me. Okay, I got you. You understand? We got to get into that. And Capricorn in that, you say Capricorn the 9th, right? So Capricorn in the house? No?
10.
Capricorn the 10th. Oh, Capricorn at home then.
At home.
So Capricorn at home. Now we know this is the Saturn perspective. So that means your swift and sadistic sex sometimes is going to kind of have to come with a little bit of structure. Okay. It can't be a little wild as it needs to be. Okay. Even though it's sadistic, it's still it's this. You know what I'm saying? After I get certain things done. So you're going to have to plan these things out, Marcel, and not let her waver from them. Okay. We're fucking doing this shit at 10 o'clock. So get all that shit done for the kids that you want to do. Get that shit done before then, because at 10, I'm fucking you up. Okay. That needs to be the words. Okay. Because it's got to be in some type of structure and surrounding family. We know who Capricorn is in the house, don't we? Where's the Capricorn in the house, Leslie?
It's the boy.
The boy, okay? The boy is the Capricorn in the house. So once you get through Capricorn and the boy, okay, you need to go and get your ass Capricorn, okay? Go on in there and get it loose. Because, you know, Aria ain't worried about you like that. She in her own world. She is becoming her woman, okay? With or without your ass. She is freeing herself up. She ain't going to be restricted. That's one thing for sure. I know. She ain't going to be there. But so she ain't the issue. But that Capricorn, though, oh, he wants the structure. He wants the meal plans and prep, and he wants everything to be how it needs to be for his family unit. You got to give him his family unit. But once you get through giving him his... What did he just say? Ignore him? Okay, great.
I just gave her the Nelson laugh. She know what that was. That was a ha ha.
Right, exactly. You hear what I'm saying? Good. Okay. Well, y'all know what mine's at again. I said Mars in Pisces in the 8th house. So this is a lot to do with healing, letting go of a lot of things, a lot of past things, some of my addictions, and not allowing myself to kind of see some of my dreams through all the way. You know what I'm saying? So me knowing that this is the opportunity, whenever I come in contact with this vibration of Mars, is to allow my sexual energy to really be used in a big way to not only, again, reveal myself to me. What are some of my blocks? What are some of the things I need to step into, not only from a sexual perspective, but where can I do a little bit more of my own reveal, right? So what else can I reveal to myself? I feel like I tell y'all so much, but then it's like part of the reason why I have not been sharing so much on social media is because I want to share in my community. So I don't know if y'all have noticed, but the last couple of days, I have just been flooding stuff. My feelings, what I'm going through, you know, certain things. I'm just putting it all into the community because that's what I have to do. I have to reveal. Not only do I have to reveal, I have to talk about, you know, where I am in my sexual perspectives right now. So just all this stuff, you know, being the Pisces/Scorpio together in the 8th house, right? And then when I'm so fortunate enough to draw in a primary partner that I can work this energy with, then that will be one of the places where I really use my intensity and really use the sex magic to even transmute even more energy and vibration. So until that point comes, I'm doing this with myself. I'm treating myself as if the partner is already there. So when I'm having solo sex or whatever, I'm making sure that as I'm, you know, in the perspectives of going in, I'm saying these things to myself. I'm releasing all of the darkness, right? I'm releasing the energy of the past, of the men and what I may have thought about myself. I'm using the 8th house to be able to really get deep as I possibly can in my sexual energy. And this is the energy that's going to allow us to attract what it is that we need. Okay, now, as we're going through this, I want y'all to also understand that sexual compatibility comes into the form of these things. What things am I talking about? Your Mars perspectives. Okay, so meaning when you're looking at these Mars perspectives, sometimes we tend to draw the signs that y'all have. You tend to draw those signs because they are there to be a part of the sexual compatibility. Okay, so when you're looking at what your energy that you have, that's also the part of that is charging that energy. So compatibility has a lot to do with your Mars sign. Based on what you have in your Mars energy also negates what it is that you are going to attract and what you need to actually work on. Now, Venus does also play a part in compatibility. So what you have in Venus talks about your love language. Okay, so love language is also a part of that, but we have to look at Venus almost like the foreplay to sex. Okay, so meaning the ways in which you give off the signals of what you want to have or how you want to have sex all comes through the Venus way. But the Mars is I'm ready. That's what Mars is. I'm attacking it. Okay, so we look at these perspectives, understand that your compatibility of energy is going to be based on what it is that you allow yourself to have. So this is now about your communication of these things. Okay, the more you know your Mars language, the more you can communicate it, and the easier it becomes for you to have that. Now, one thing about having Mars in Pisces, it's not an initiator. Okay, it doesn't initiate. Aries initiates. Cancer initiates, Libra initiates, Capricorn initiates, right? So these are the initiators. But Pisces ain't. Pisces is on the other side of it. It's the last house. And because it's the last house, it's got everything to do with that mutable energy. So it's ready to do something new, but it's not going to initiate. So you have to understand the Gemini perspective. The Gemini initiates sometimes and sometimes they don't. Okay, so you got to understand that they're two people. Sometimes you're going, and then sometimes you're going to be like, why they not right? You know what I'm saying? And that part could have you caught up. But if you communicate that to your partner, like, hey, sometimes I'm going to be aggressive and sometimes I'm not. That way your partner can understand that, hey, if she ain't aggressive right now, maybe that's some time for me to be aggressive, right? Maybe it's time for me to step in because that's what she's looking for. But if they're used to you always using your aggressive side and not knowing that it's Gemini that's got another side to it, that can throw off the energy, okay? That can make a person not understand what's going on. All right. When it comes down to Capricorn, that same perspective, like I just said, as long as the schedule is in place, the family is in place, those things, Capricorn is ready because Capricorn is all the earth signs, or it's just horny as fuck. Okay. So whatever Mars in earth is horny as hell. Okay. So that's first of all dealing with the Virgo. Virgo is always ready to get naked. Okay. Like right now, if you tell a Virgo we about to fuck, boom, let's go. Look at what it say. Shyly drops the draws, and you can drop that shyly out because it ain't always shy. But it's still the perspective of it. So all the earth sign energy, Taurus, feed me, then fuck me. See what I'm saying? Look at that. It just want to be fucked. So all the earth signs are going to bring that same energy in. It's always ready. But because Capricorn is the oldest of the earth, the ways in which it speaks compatibility is structure first. Is my family good? Is everybody good in the house? Have everybody ate? You know what I'm saying? Ain't no other work I gotta do, because once I get into this sex perspective, I ain't trying to do no other shit. Okay, I ain't trying to get up and be mommy after this point. So let me be mommy now, and then I can get into the place of making sure I'm receiving what I need to receive, because the fucking you will do. All right, that's the Capricorn energy. Leo, we already know what Leo is. It's the kinky, it is the wine and dine. You know what I'm saying? The Leo will initiate. The Leo, and not all the time, like it'll read the signs because it is the fixed sign. So, you know, it won't initiate as much as the other signs, Aries, Libra, the Cancer, or the Capricorn perspective of it. But it will allow itself to be able to see areas where it's open, and then that's where it'll take off. You know what I'm saying? It'll go to familiar places, because fixed sign is familiar. Okay, it's a familiarity type of energy. But understanding that your compatibility in that is using the gifts that you have. It is the lover boy. It is the Barack Obama. That's what it is. Okay, that's your compatibility. That's how you draw. You draw on just being the. You ain't even really trying to get it. I ain't even want to even let you know I'm trying to get it. I'm gonna just do all the suave shit I need. And that is my compatibility. If I'm suave-ing your ass, that's what I want, okay? So that energy is drawing in the vibration that you need, okay? And y'all see the rest. So as you go through them, just know that all the fire signs, the Aries fire is going to initiate. The Leo energy is not going to always initiate. It's fixed. And the Sagittarius it's going to end it. It'll be like, hey, I'm done. It ain't gonna say let's start, but it'll be like, I'm done, thank you, it was a good time, I had a great time. You know what I'm saying? So understanding, studying more of how you initiate, because that's what Mars does. It initiates sex, okay? And because Mars is the initiation to sex, depending on what you got there, you may or may not initiate sex. So compatibility has a lot to do with those things, right? Because y'all, you draw people in and you thinking it's time for y'all to have sex, and then y'all don't never have sex because they got the same Mars sign as you. And y'all ain't even talked about it. I dated somebody who had a Mars in Pisces, and we still ain't fucked. This been many years later. I know him. We're really good friends. I ain't no sex pop off, because we wind up just laying in the bed and cuddling. That is compatibility to us, okay? Pisces will listen, cuddling is fucking to us. We're like, oh, that's great. Come on, let's about the nut. That's to us. You know what I'm saying? May not be to most people, but I make sure that I let people know what I have, what my Mars sign energy is, because with me having the Lilith energy, which is also a part of what we draw to, Lilith energy would also kind of lead people down the wrong path. They will take your Lilith energy to be something that is how you initiate yourself in sex. And no, it's just a wild person in you, okay? And just because it's the wild person in you don't necessarily mean that you're going to initiate sex off of that, based off of that, okay? So our compatibilities has a lot to do with your Mars and where your Mars sits, and not a lot to do with your sun energy. A lot of people, Aries is best compatible with Libras. No, depends on what else is in that chart. I was married to a Libra and it was great, but that shit was horrible. Okay, so knowing what the energies, how they represent, especially with the Mars energy, is how compatibility comes in, is what's going to allow us to have better sexual connections when we can understand that. And then again, having these conversations with your partners. So I want y'all to have conversations with your partners about your sex energy, and definitely like use this chart right here as just something fun with your partner. Like sit down and be like, this is what I learned in class today. This is what I am and who I am. Where your shit at? Where you at on this thing? So I can see what it is. You know what I'm saying? Libra, who's fucking tonight? See what I'm saying? These little things. Scorpio, chokeholds and torture tactics. This is compatibility. So if I know I'm fucking somebody that got Mars and Scorpio, I know I need to walk in the door with some type of things that I'm gonna torture you with. You know what I'm saying? Those little wheels that I'm walking in like, or electric wand. All that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So using this as a way of having conversations about compatibility. I also want y'all to have conversations with your partners. I also want you guys to use this. Okay, let's use this for what purpose? This purpose. That's what this whole thing is about. It's about the battle, the charge, the clash, and the victory. Okay? Any questions? That shit was clean and dry, wasn't it? Right to the motherfucking point. Know what we gotta do. Are y'all clear about what your homework is for the next 3 weeks? Do we know what we're doing starting tomorrow? Somebody answer that question for me.
Yes, tomorrow and every Tuesday afterwards.
What
Make
are we
sure
doing
you
on Tuesdays?
doing
Initiating.
every initiating all these things that we've said.
We sure are. What else are
Wearing,
we doing on Tuesday?
wearing bright ass red and shit.
Yes.
Why
Yes,
that's
we are.
real shit.
And
I
also
like
add some red fruits to that too. Okay. So eat some strawberries, eat some cherries, eat some apples. You know what I'm saying? Bring in some red energy of things and food too into your body. Beets. You know what I'm saying? I love beets. I know like everybody don't like beets, but I love beets. You know what I'm saying? But just bring in some red foods as well. Okay. Another thing too, just to remind y'all the workout, right? Get a little bit in every day. You ain't gotta do a lot, you know what I'm saying? But get you some little hand weights or put on one of those bands on your legs. And while you're sitting there watching your favorite show, just be fucking doing butterflies, you know what I'm saying? Or grab your titties and just squeeze them motherfuckers a few times. You know what I'm saying? Just do some. Because you know, you gotta think about this Aries, it's the baby, right? So it ain't like the baby gonna do too much organized shit. But babies are very active. You ever watch the baby when they was eating? How many children y'all know sit down and eat? None of them motherfuckers don't sit down and eat. Unless you put them in a high chair. If you don't put them in a high chair, they are. What you tell them? Stop that before you choke. So just be hyper, okay, on Tuesdays. Have some hyperactivity on Tuesdays to allow yourself to be charged, okay? Any questions for me? Anything I left out, y'all want to know?
Covered it all.
Great. All right. Well, let me stop this. Hold on.
I do have one question. So am
Okay.
I just going to get the anime items and like, cause you know I'll be like,
No, you gonna get a wig and create a whole new bitch.
Come on, then, Leslie. Coach your friend, Leslie. Tell her what she got to do.
you gonna Sasha Fierce that thing.
okay.
Or you gonna pick a couple of people that you be like, oh, I wonder how Doja Cat do it. And then you gonna just turn into that bitch. But don't say nothing, just show up.
Just show up like that.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Just do the shit. It ain't Courtney, so it don't matter. Courtney's the only person that worries about that kind of stuff. But it ain't Courtney. It's somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I use anime as a way of being very characteristic, right? So I mean, if you go and look up, oh, you know somebody who's really good at doing anime character, Tayomi's sister. What's her name on IG though?
Becky, Nurse
Nurse
Becky.
Becky.
Yeah, Jay Becky.
Nurse Becky is always in some fucking anime outfit, okay? Titties spilling over, ass spilling out, you know what I'm saying? It's just so much and it's just so good. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh, yeah, give me a little more, you know what I'm saying? Because she's very animated when she is, you know what I'm saying? So you can use her, look at her page for like inspiration if you want to, but no, like Leslie said, you're creating it. I need you to be creative. Do it yourself. So if you look at things, think about wigs that you may want to do. You know what I'm saying? Or think about because anime is really tight, short clothes, like skirts that barely cover your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for that clarity.
Yes.
Because I wasn't quite sure. But
yeah.
thank you.
It's that type of shit. So it's like
I can send you some.
Please send her some anime stuff. Okay. Send her some costume ideas.
I'm gonna send her some Nurse Becky.
There you go. And this right here will help you with your gayness too. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you are, helping a woman and some shit that you would like to see on her. You know, and be like, oh, this will look nice on you. This will look nice on you too. Oh my God. Can you send me a picture when you get done? Work on your gayness at the same time while you're helping your friend. You see how this thing works? You see how we just help each other? You know what I'm saying? How this thing works? That's all I'm saying.
Beautiful.
Good. Any other questions before I let y'all roll out? Y'all see I got my shirt on? Y'all see that?
You got to keep channeling that Mexico energy till you can get back.
And it's lizards everywhere. It's lizards all over that motherfucker. Like everywhere. But they babies. They not really super huge, but there's a lot of lizards. All right. Well, y'all don't have any other questions. That is our Aries Mars sexual compatibility class. I'm going to post it. Give me until to the morning to post our playback. And that way you guys can go back and look at it. Don't forget to make comments and stuff on the post. So that, again, you can hold yourself accountable and we can also hold each other accountable based on what we talked about today. But those of you that are just watching it back, you did not attend class live, you still have to do everything we did on the class today. So you are not getting out of this, okay? So make sure you are posting as well, commenting. If you have any questions when you do watch the class back, please also comment on that as well so I can also help you and give you some foundation. But we are kicking off tomorrow and we're going to end on the 19th, okay? So the 19th will be our last Aries day because that's the day we go into Taurus. And then we start to go into our 420 season. You know, start talking about Earth Day and start talking about Venus. Okay, talk about that perspective. More greens. We're gonna be getting into our green vibrations. Okay, getting into how we're gonna synergize our love. Right now, we're synergizing sex. We're gonna synergize love next, love, stability, and all those things. Okay, so thank you guys for joining me. We're going to do our Taurus class on. Okay, so today is the 5th. Let's do our Taurus class on the 30th. So on new moon on Taurus. So that will be our Taurus class. And we will be talking about Taurus, Venus, and stability. Okay? All right, my dears, I love y'all much. Thank y'all for being here. And I will see y'all in the community. All right, enjoy the rest of y'all night.
Good night.
Peace, guys.
Bye, y'all.